everybody, it's Isabel, and I will be showing you what's in my backpack. I purchased this backpack at JCPenney's. You can also order it online. So I have hand sanitizer. Who hates to get sick? Well, who loves to get sick? I'm sorry. Because everybody doesn't want to get sick. Because nobody wants to get sick. Who hates getting sick? Because then they're like, are you going to the ice cream match tonight? Are you going to the football game tonight? And you're like, no, I'm sick. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I had such a good time. And you're like, oh, I wish I would have went. So, you need these. The next thing that I have is my Kleenex. These are really handy. They're like, do you have a Kleenex? And you're like, no. And then they ask you, and you're like, do you have a Kleenex? Yes. Because a lot of people ask me at school, do you have a Kleenex? And we don't usually have Kleenexes. And if you're the person that says yes, then they're like, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Kleenexes. Really good handy. And then you're like, oh my gosh, when's my teacher going to come? And you're like waiting outside the door. It's happened to me a lot. So then you're like, oh my gosh, I need magazines to read. Or you could read whatever you want, like a book or something. But I just like to keep magazines. So these are really good handy. And then I have my 2 lotions because my skin likes to get dry a lot. I just don't know why, but then, like when you hop out of the shower, you're like, okay, now it's time to spray some perfume and lotion so you smell extra good. And then you have your wipes. You're like, oh my gosh, I have all this stuff on my face. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to a photo shoot in 1 minute. I need to get my face all clean. Then, these are really good and handy. Actually, I have got my t-shirt white stained before, and I just wiped it off with these. You probably have to scrub a lot or do something with it to make it real white. But last time, that was so weird how I got it to get all the stains off. That's why you keep these. So, and then I have my case. It's my pencil case. I have hand sanitizer on it because you're like, oh my gosh, I only have my pencil case. And then you touch a slime and you're like, ew. Because I'm one of those girly girls that don't like to touch slimy stuff. And I'm like, ew, I want to wash my hands. So that's why I keep hand sanitizer. It's really weird, but not that weird. And then I keep my pen because they're like, ooh, these pens are boring and stuff like that. And you're like, I wish I could DIY my stuff and like that. So, handy, really handy. And then they're like, ooh, whose pen is that? And then they say, is that your pen? And then you're going to say, yeah. And then they're going to say, where did you purchase this at? And then you're going to say, anywhere you want. But I found that at Office Depot. So what I have is some pens. This one is orange. This one is green. This one is blue. This one is purple. And if you're wondering how these close, there's this push button and then you just push and then it's like that. This one is pink. And this one is another green. Okay.
Wow.
I like to keep this for my other thing, my pens and pencils. And then I keep ice breakers and these, and then they're like, hey, I'm about to meet with like other people. Your teeth is white, but you're like, oh man, that toothpaste doesn't work. And you're like, oh, I need a mint or an icebreaker. Then you break out the icebreakers or the mints. And then your breath will smell minty fresh. And your teeth are all white, so really good and handy. And then the other thing that I have in this thing, and you're like, oh my gosh, my cousin, or like if you have a little sister or anybody, you're like, oh my gosh, they're going to reach my scissors. I don't know where to hide them. So then you have the extra pocket. I have this third pocket that nobody could like find anything. I'm going to put a lock on it so then only I could get into it, because this is some stuff that you don't want people to get into, like little scissors. Like some people could cut their hair or anything, and you don't want to use it. And then you have DIY Scotch tape. This is really good and handy. If you're like, uh-oh, my homework broke. You could use you could use like this kind of Scotch tape, but if you want to be girly girl, use this kind of tape. So, and then I have a pencil. You know how you're at school and you're like, oh my gosh, all my pencils are broken. I don't know where to get a new pencil. And then you're like, oh, I have another pencil. And then you have 2 pens. And I'm sorry that I didn't mention this, but you also need gum. You're like, uh-oh, I don't have any of those stuff. But you're like, thankfully I have gum that's bubble gum, cinnamon, orange, or anything. Really good candy. And then you have the folder. That's pineapples. And then you have like pictures of people. And you have like other pictures too. And then you have all your dreams and stuff. Yeah, that's what I do. I like to write stuff in it. And then I have in this pocket is this nice thing that I like to keep for like other stuff. To write notes in and other stuff that's important to me, like that kind of stuff. And then as you can see, it's like this floral print that looks like hard stuff, and like that, pebbles, like little pebbles, and like that. And then I have this 1 strap thing. You know how they're always like 2 straps? This is weird how it only connects like that. So this is that, and then that is all I have. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please comment and subscribe and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thank you so much. Bye.